On a hot summer day, Korean War veterans and their families gathered at the St. Charles County Veterans Museum for Korean War Veterans Day. This Remembrance Day is observed each year on July 27th. Did you know that almost 40,000 Americans died in action in Korea and more than 100,000 were wounded? Among the casualties were 7 soldiers killed in action from St. Charles County.
The Forgotten War, also known as the Lost War, it fell between two other wars, the very popular World War II and the very unpopular Vietnam. In any case, it happened.
On July 20th, 1953, negotiations reached an armistice agreement, which they signed 7 days later at a ceremony in Panmunjom at 2200 hours. On July 27th, 1953, the eerie silence fell across the front. The Korean War was over. In closing, to see the two divided Koreas today and not know the war was fought and the battles that were won and lost and the struggle of the South Korean people at the time, the 7 military men on our wall of honor that gave their lives in the Korean War so long ago would be proud to see that it's what South Korea has become as a nation today.
The ceremony also featured remarks from the Korean War Veterans Association Commander Terry C. Bryant and a proclamation from Senator Josh Hawley's District Director Sam Safa.
Today, we observe the National Korean War Veterans Armistice Day.
Also, 2 St. Charles County patriots were recognized for painting a mural in memory of the Korean War.
This museum, it's fairly new and they put a lot of work and love into it, and we wanted to show our appreciation to the museum and the city. And we didn't really know what kind of mural. And we said, we just want to give you something. And we started talking to some of the other people here, and we decided on Korea.
They met with 2 of our Korean War veterans that are volunteers and kind of got their feedback on what kind of pictures would go into it. And they decided that they were so impressed with our veterans that they decided they want to do something that would last around the museum and help honor the veterans of the Korean War.
In the end, it's important to remember the sacrifices that our local veterans made so we can live in freedom. One way you can honor their service is to visit the St. Charles County Veterans Museum.
Started from the beginning when Ralph Borelli started this. He wanted every veteran has a story, so we continued on to tell those stories. It's an ongoing repository for those stories for those veterans.
It's important to remember that freedom is never free, and the freedoms we enjoy in our country, somebody paid for them, and we can't say thanks enough to our veterans. And this town is really special in a lot of ways. It's nice being part of a community that values their veterans so much. And it's just our way of saying thank you to them, everything we do here at the museum.